In this video, I'm going to share with you one fire dancing move that is going to unlock a whole new level of moves, combinations, and skills. If you're new to the channel, my name is Luke Embers and I'm a fire knife dancer in Chicago. For the past year or so, I've been sharing tutorials on how to do the basic movements of sivaafi, also known as the Samoan fire knife dance. Now, as you're trying to progress after watching these tutorials, there's one move that I think will help anyone and everyone rise to the next level. If you're just getting started in your journey of sivaafi, or you haven't started but want to, drop your email through the link in the description below to receive a free beginner's guide that'll help you get started. Now, the move that I'm going to be teaching you guys today is called the three-handed spin, and this move is extremely important because it introduces two new ways that you can grip your fire knife. Being able to grip your fire knife in different ways allows you to unlock brand new combinations and skill sets as you're creating flow as well as a routine. And with that said, let's jump right in. So as mentioned, the three-handed spin is a combination of three ways that you grip your fire knife. The first one you already know, which comes from the vililima lua, the two-hand spin, or vililima tasi, the one-handed spin, which goes like this, where you're gripping the fire knife overhand, just like that. The second way that you grip is going to be an under grip. And you've kind of seen this already before in the past with the TikTok move, just like that. Rather than starting under grip already, you're gonna move from the overhand grip to the underhand grip through a vililima tasi. Let me show you what I mean. So you're gonna do your vililima tasi just like that. And what you're gonna wanna try to do is grip the fire knife under grip like that, so that you bring it around upward and you catch it in the same way you would do kakai or your TikTok, right? So again, to break down where I'm catching, I'm gonna do my vililima tasi, right? That's one full revolution, just like that. And the catch is just after that full revolution, all right? So you're gonna extend your hand just like this underneath, like an under grip, and then you're gonna bring it up like that, okay? So to demonstrate, you're gonna grab it underneath like that, and then pull it up underneath just like that. Let me do that in slow-mo for you guys so that makes a little bit more sense. In order to do this catch, you have to aim for when the butt end is on the left side and the long end is on the right side. Because again, the standard for a fire knife is to have the head or the long end on the left side and the butt end or the short end on the right side. But for that under grip, you want to under catch like that so that you can bring it up back into position. As you're learning this move, it's okay to slow and kind of push up your spin and to not have the proper form, because you have to really make sure that you're catching it in the correct position, okay? One more time. Just like that. So now that you understand or are starting to see that grip, being aware of where the fire knife is in the air and what side each end is on. So really, I can just continue the spin with those two grips, just like this. So you notice how I'm under gripping and I'm bringing it up and I'm rotating it back into the main grip to which you start that vililima tasi over again, right? It's weird because this move is like a vililima tasi or a one-hand spin, but with two different grips. So really, you're combining the grip that you get from the vililima tasi and the kakai or the TikTok move that you get into one single spin. Continue to practice that until you're able to actually grab it correctly with the right grip and start to create a constant flow with these two grips. And we're pretty much almost done. Now is the third and the final grip. This grip is actually going to be on your other hand versus the hand that you were initially using. So first you're doing those two grips with your right hand, and that final grip is actually going to be on your left hand. So what you want to do is try to aim to have the fire knife on the long end or the head facing upward and the butt end on the bottom. And from here, this is going to be the reverse grip, where you actually bring the fire knife to the right and you release this way, okay? So this is the final grip. okay? Notice the difference between those two spins, where on the right side, that first grip, the fire knife is moving upward, and then on that third grip, the fire knife is moving downward. I know it's kind of hard to explain doing this, so bear with me as I'm trying to explain this, but again, after that undergrip, that third grip, you're gonna catch with your left hand, and you're gonna swing the fire knife down so that it continues that motion. And so every time for each of these grips, the fire knife is still going in the same direction. You're just utilizing your wrist and your grip in a different way to keep the motion going. Just like that. Again, here's a slow motion of what that left-handed grip looks like. You want to make sure that you're keeping your arm straight as you're flicking the fire knife backwards. You don't want to shoot your elbow up like that because you're going to jeopardize your momentum and the stability of the fire knife in the air. So you want to make sure that you push down and you flick your wrist, right? The motion is very exaggerated. You want to make sure you exaggerate your wrist as you bring the fire knife down and around, and trust that the fire knife will be in that same position in the air for you to grab it again. Just like that. Again, I'm hoping this all makes sense because it's kind of difficult to explain because the changes are very, very nuanced. They're very, very hidden, but this is why it's so important, because as you're able to make micro adjustments in how you're gripping the fire knife when you're spinning it, you'll be able to start moving it in different directions and start combining it with other moves, turning around like that. You can even rearrange the order in which you're gripping the fire knife. So this is the standard way where you have it, the 3 individual grips, where you have over, under, and reverse. Then you can do over, reverse, under, reverse, over, 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 right? So that's why it's so important, because you can start breaking down this move in each individual grip and rearrange the order and combine it with other moves. So my lefties, I did not forget about you. We'll do this on the left side as well. So we can do it with our left. We're gonna undergrip it with our left hand again. Do that full rotation, just like that. Just like that. And then catch it with the right hand, flick it downwards like that. Okay, again, on the left side, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then from there, it's just speeding it up, getting more flowy with it. And all those grips combine into the 3-handed spin, or the Vidi Lima Tolu, the 3-handed spin. And at full speed, it goes like this. Again, the 3-handed spin is just a combination of the 3 main ways you can grip your fire knife together. And what's really important specifically about this move is focusing on the technique and execution of each grip as you're progressing. And so as you get better and smoother with this move, you'll then be able to start breaking them down and combining them with other moves, such as going around your body, different planes, and even under your leg. Just like that. Now, just like any other move that I've shared with you, you want to make sure that you're nice and solid with your positioning and your movement. Right? You don't want to be bouncing up like this or moving it all over the place. Right? You want to be nice and strong in the same position. Notice how I'm barely moving where I'm putting my hands to grip the fire knife. It's nice and strong. Just like that. Additionally, you want to put the emphasis in your wrist, not in your elbows, because something that I did, especially when I first started this move, I put more of the emphasis in my elbows, and that reduced the amount of fluidity that I got from this move. So if you're relying too much on your elbows, where you're flaring them out like that, that's the wrong execution for this move, and you're going to be more all over the place. You won't be as sturdy and you won't be as solid, right? But when you're able to focus the rotation in your wrist, you gain a lot more stability versus flaring them out like that. So make sure to really emphasize the flick of your wrist for the best execution. If you enjoyed this video and are looking for more information on sivaafi, again, drop your email through the link in the description below to receive a free beginner's guide to sivaafi completely free. And with that said, folks, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like always, be what remains, and I'll see you next time. Peace.